It is YouTube live episode 133 and mobile live episode 73. Plus, of course, with both. There are others with both. They've been deleted, or didn't start numbering them at that time. Either way, there's been a lot that have been deleted. So it's October 4th, Friday of 2020. I'm laying here not doing nothing. I don't do much these days. I stay in bed, mainly because I don't have a life because I'm broke, which is important. Also because of my health. I have dementia and amnesia and a cognitive disorder, so I don't. I still do things. I just do it not very often. Sometimes it takes a lot. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I feel like I could be normal, and sometimes I feel like I'm dying and I'm not capable of nothing. And then sometimes I stay lethargic and feverish. But anyways, I started to got a little glimmer of hope yesterday or the day before. Things I thought maybe, and it's nothing definite or nothing, of course, but because I've got to that point before and even completed it and then got let down. Um, but it was still a glimmer of hope nonetheless. And so now today I've been extremely aggravated and targeted um, when I shouldn't be. And whenever somebody sees the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, it tends to bring out the worst in people. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but if I'm hopeful that things will go the way that I think they should. Um, and if they do, then hopefully I'll be able to move out on my own and get my own place within the next 2 months. So hopefully by December 1st of 24 of this year, 24, I should be able to hopefully move out on my own. And then that way I'll be able to do something for my kids and for myself. Um, buy something new for a change instead of being a poor girl most of my life. And I've never really got to do the shopping or the new. I didn't catch that. I think the only new thing I've ever bought in my life, actually bought, was a TV with my husband on Black Friday for our boys, and you would have thought it was something huge. Um, I bought a few pieces of jewelry over my life new, but for the most part, it's always been either given to us or sometimes it was shoplifting, um, or it was very rare. I went blank on what else I was going to say, but anyways, always had, even growing up, I had my mom and dad always made sure I had what I wanted. I always had my Nintendo. I always had gold on each finger. With my husband, it was no different. I always had gold on each finger and had what I needed and everything like that. But we were drug addicts, so. But with my mom, I was spoiled, but I lost her at a young age. I'm still drug free, for those of you that are wondering, and those of you that are trying to start trouble. So I've been drug free for several years. I used to use oxycotin and heroin and crystal meth. Those were my three things. I went to a clinic and got clean from the pain pills and the heroin, and eventually started drinking and then weaned myself off the methadone. I used one thing to wean myself off the other, and then now I'm staying sober and drug free. I just have brain trauma that hasn't been treated, so I have my good days and bad days, and sometimes I seem a little, whatever you call it. I have my high days and my low days, highs and lows. Anyways, things have been heated today for some reason, and because of people trying to start trouble and people making me a target, and it's caused a lot of problems at a lot of different locations or places. and some are in desperate need at this current time, by the way. Um, and I don't have nothing to do with none of it. Don't know nothing about it. Why you people are screwing with me is beyond me, but I can't take no more, and I am extremely tired. Um, so, anyways, the TV went off on its own for some reason. Um, Today is something with a Nightmare with Freddy marathon on AMC, and for whatever reason, it shut off, and I'm not sure why. So, anyways, that one, I'm not sure why it quit. Anyways, so that would be today's date. So, anyways, everybody's been having issues today. I woke up earlier. I was really pale with my blood. Still got circles around my eyes. Then it happened to my uncle or whoever it was, and then it happened to one of the girls. One of the girls came in and flopped down on the bed and was so pale it wasn't even funny. And the other one is she's pale too, but she's a healthy pale. So, anyways, I don't know what is going on. I don't appreciate it. But I am the target. Putting every crackhead up in America isn't gonna fly. Swear to God, it's not. Anyways, I'm still in my PJs. I can't see that far. I can't make it out. When you guys have problems with somebody, handling it in person or face to face is usually the best way to go. Especially if you know my forms of communication aren't real and are infiltrated or overtook. Otherwise, it makes all of you look guilty. And I think a lot of you are. I don't understand what a lot of your guys' vendettas is with me. And you know, I live with my Aunt Donna and Uncle Tom, and I have since this time. Or I lived with them in the '90s after I lost my mom, and then for 3 years off, on and off, and then I moved in with Grandma, and then I met my husband and moved. But I had 4 sets of guardians whenever I was a minor. So, and then this time as an adult, I moved in the end of summer in 2013. And I went to county jail 2 or 3 times, and I've been to women's prison once. And I moved in with my dad once or twice, but I've moved back. So, which is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Right at 8 years, or a little more than 8 years straight. So, I don't know. I guess where I have dementia, I get easily aggravated and irritated, and I'm used to what I'm used to, and regardless if it's routine or if it's when needed. And I don't like feeling how I'm feeling, how people are making me feel. I don't like being treated the way I'm being treated. I don't like being used. But if it wasn't for my aunt and uncle keeping me, then I would be homeless. I was literally homeless in 2013. Granted, the the place, grandma's house, was where I lived, and then I moved in with my in-laws briefly. When my mother-in-law told me I couldn't go back, I tried to go back to my grandma's house, and my aunt wouldn't let me. So I was homeless minimal, but then I ended up moving in here, and that's a long, complicated story on that one. So I'm not even sure which or which any fucking more, and never was, which is the problem, because some versions hate me, hate the very air I breathe, and some will do anything for me, but they're just in a bad spot, and some are unhealthy and controlled, and only few will catch what I'm saying. It's not a secret. I mean, anybody that pays attention is gonna catch it, obviously, but I just I wasn't able to hear that, but I don't like how I'm being treated and the things that they're planning for me, and I don't I think I've got a duplicate feed going right now, but anyways, so I try to do little things as hobbies, or to keep me busy, or for something to do, or I don't know, but I spend a lot of time off my feet. So anyways, nobody's ever approached me in person and talked to me about anything. So, and by my life, there was never any problems. You know, I've had a semi-normal life, pretty normal life, especially for our habits or our lifestyle. We worked every chance we got, done the kid thing, the school function thing, and we stayed home. You know, I had a few affairs over the years, just like my husband had a few affairs over the years, but other than that, you know, we were pretty normal and stayed home and were about our kids. And that's a common mistake with us and other people. And I really, if I had an imposter, then I had an imposter. But there are numerous other people that you are going to have to take that up with, other than just me. You're looking at the neighborhood as a whole. You're looking at law enforcement when it comes to police stops. You're looking at doctor's offices. You're looking at employment. And you're looking at other family. So, you know, I don't know what you expect to get from that. You know, and I had my husband's funeral in November of 2013. He's been gone almost 11 years now. November 21st will be 11 years, I think. He's buried out at one location. It's Wesleyan Cemetery on Bogardus Road in Austin, Indiana. And one location, it's known as Wesley Cemetery, or Wesley Chapel Cemetery, maybe. I don't know if the names are two different places or not. But anyways, it's Austin, Indiana, and I have my secondary profile. I started on Facebook. I started years ago under his name for farm bill purposes. And it was, in fact, my husband's profile, but I was the one that started it. And I ended up starting like 6 profiles. I started my dog one, or had the dog one started, so I could send gifts back and forth from profile to profile. Anyways, so I've got mine and his name both on it, and along with my birth name, and it's causing an uproar because we are victims of identity theft with numerous imposters, people that actually lived, breathed, and slept being us. And everybody believed it. So whenever they got into certain things, it blew back on the identity, and the identity leads you straight to us because we've always been legal. All you had to do was do a simple background check, or even have us or run our name, and you would find us. So because of that, it made us a target, and we haven't been able to escape it since. Well, he ended up losing his life in Scott County Jail in Scottsburg, Indiana. He was found hanging in the shower and was he was took by EMTs to the local hospital, and then stat flighted to the U of L in Louisville, Kentucky, where he was declared, where the doctor told me in person that he was brain dead and had a broken neck, and was paralyzed from the neck down and would never walk again. So at that point, they had me sign the DNR order, and I didn't drive and was broke at that time, so I had to depend on family to take me to see him. And I had all three kids that were still going to school, so I had to stay home with them. So I didn't get down there but 3 visits. Um, my aunt and my kids went with me for the initial, and then my ex-stepfather-in-law took me once, and then my would-be ex-step-niece-in-law took me once. That's a mouthful. But anyways, I never got to say goodbye to him. I never got to hold him. I felt so uncomfortable down there. I felt hated down there. And every time certain people get access to me, or every time certain people blow in, it happens with whoever's around me. One of the things that happened between me and whichever person I had with me that I believed to be my husband in fall of 2012 at my grandma's house, when my aunt and my grandma had given me the house, we lived there, and somebody had a great deal of mind control and had put him on, either had him on something that was mind altering. And he went spazzo and put a revolver in my mouth and pulled the trigger. And when he pulled the trigger, it didn't go off. He had his knees, had me pinned down with his knees. And he told me he hated me, and I ruined his life, and I infected his baby, and I ratted him, and all of this stuff. Anyway, he wasn't in his right mind, and it was out of character totally. I never blamed him, and I always tried to keep it quiet and to look out for him. Come to find out later, at a later time, it may have not have been him. It may have been an imposter. It may have possibly even have been a woman, but the injury screwed me. It was right here. I woke up with my eye. My eye was so swollen and sticking out so far I couldn't even open my eye. I've got a bad fracture right there. It took out some of my teeth. Whenever I came to, I was missing teeth and had teeth there that they supposedly had to put in to hold my jaw. Anyways, so I mean, I'm used to the mind control, and I'm used to people butting in and starting trouble. I'm not sure what that was. Anyways, the bottom line is there's when it happens, I tend to stay to myself, and I'm typically a loner anyway, but people were targeting me for something I don't even have, and I most likely won't get because of the level of hate that people, and the amount of people that have the hate for me. I don't know, but anyways, I'm rambling, and I don't want to piss anybody off or nothing, but so anyways, I wanted to chat for a bit. I had a large cup of coffee this morning, or supposed to be coffee. The container says coffee, but it doesn't have caffeine crystals. And there's a great deal of mind control going on also. And I'm not sure where that came from. But anyways, I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna finish watching Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy Krueger. Which I was wondering if Freddy Krueger wasn't a movie in itself, and if Nightmare on Elm Street wasn't a movie in itself, and if they didn't mix them together at some point. But I don't know. So anyways, I'm gonna... Bye. I didn't hear none of that. Zero knowledge on that. I'm not the one that said that.